Hey guys, just letting you guys know we're going to be starting really soon. I have Tomeka with me, I also have Charlie with me. Tonight we're actually talking about the Batman Forever. This is the third film in the Batman franchise. We can't wait to dive into this with everybody. This is probably one of my favorite ones out of the Batman trilogy, aside from Tim Burton's film. But let's go ahead, let's get on with it. I know Charlie's dying to say something about it because I know this is his most excited one that he's ever seen besides the Tim Burton ones. So let's go ahead and get on with it. Let's do this. All right. So let's do this.
I wouldn't say I'm dying to talk about this one. It's a good one. Dying ones it's a good one, but when we get to my favorites, that's the Dark Knight trilogy. Sure, you could say dying, but I wouldn't say that.
But you're killing to talk about this.
It's Batman and Robin that he's dying to talk about.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I really love this movie for what it is.
Oh gosh, here we go. And where do you pick that book up, Charlie, for our viewers and listeners?
I believe I got it on Amazon. You can find it in any bookstore, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, wherever. Make sure you find it when it's written by Rob Hill, and you'll know what book it is because it has Tommy Wiseau, the infamous and great Tommy Wiseau, right in the front.
And I'll also put the link in the description and everything too.
Cool.
For people to pick up.
Movie Bible.
I'll find the link and I can put it in the private chat, and then we can go from
Sounds
there.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I'll log in for YouTube and I'll just post it there.
Cool.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right.
But no, like I said, this is actually one of my favorite Batman movies aside from the Tim Burton ones. This is a little bit more lighter tone. This is more of your Adam West kind of style Batman film. If you think about it, with the whole entire stylization of Riddler and the way he's acting just like the 1960s Riddler, if you think about it. But what I really have to say is Val Kilmer does a fantastic job of playing both Batman and also Batman as well. So that's two things I have to say that I really liked about that. But I think that those are the two that I really like out of it. But what else I can say is this. And this is the small nitpick I have at the very beginning of it, where we wind up seeing Batman at the bank and the vault and everything. And then you have this actor that's overly acting in this film, who's a security guard for the bank. He happens to be in the vault with Batman in this bat trap that Two-Face has set up. And he's like, oh no! What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to die. This is going to be acid all over. Look. And then he goes, oh no, my hearing aid. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you're overly acting. You're getting on my nerves. I just wanted Batman to throw him into the acid on this one, to be honest with you, because how overly acting he's actually doing. I'm like, dude, take it down an octave. And not only that, but if there was acid inside that thing, you wouldn't be saying, oh no. You'd be saying, oh shit, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
So,
we're about to die. Yeah.
Well, Derby Gaming, to be honest with you, Batman and Robin is not my favorite one, to be honest with you. It's actually these three films are my favorite one within the 90s versions that we have, and the 80s version, of course. And then, of course, we have the Christopher Nolan trilogy, which we're going to be revisiting pretty soon as well. So that's that. So yeah. Anyways, so that's going to be. Tell me what you guys think.
Yeah, like you saying, I like this film. I group it in one of my favorite Batman films. So it's me and probably a couple hundred people, but this is the most divided Batman film that's out there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I like Val Kilmer as Batman. I was reading an article that Val Kilmer portrays Bruce Wayne the best. Like he's the closest actor who really can portray Bruce Wayne, but that can be debatable. He to me he gets into the trauma and the psychosis of, oh, I lost my parents and I'm trying to figure out why I lost, how do I feel, and he's just going deeper and deeper into repressed feelings for losing his parents. So I think this is one of the best films that dives into that grief and loss of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that's what I like about this film is dives into the psychology of Bruce and everything too. That's something that I really appreciated with it. And also too, I want to say before I didn't think that Nicole Kidman and him had that much chemistry, but once I started watching it, I could see the chemistry there and everything. She wasn't just like a Batgirl kind of thing where they just throw like a James Bond girl like they had with, that's what I actually call them. I call them Batgirls because they always have like an interest for Batman, which is also kind of like the Bond girl for James Bond, where they don't really have a lot going for them or anything. But when you look at Michelle Pfeiffer, I believe that the chemistry was there. And then you look at Chase, I believe Chase's chemistry was there with Val Kilmer's Batman and everything too. So I thought they connected it very well on that part. But I just wish that they would have actually dived a little bit more into the psychology part of it as well, because you're dealing with a lot of emotional damage from Bruce and everything too. So that's something else that we never even discovered, to be honest.
I say that Chase, who Nicole Kidman plays, she has more chemistry with Bruce Wayne than Batman. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's what I feel though too. You know. But Charlie, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I like, again, this is one of the ones that actually I enjoyed watching this.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, you went through two Batman films.
I mean, I knew, because it's campy and it's cringeworthy, yet it's not as bad as the Tim Burton ones. Like, I was bored with those. This one, I wasn't, because, I mean, you had, like, Jim Carrey was phenomenal. We'll get to him. He was great as the Riddler, and that's who I envisioned Riddler as. He's kind of a goofball, but he's really smart. That's why I'm not necessarily sold on the Riddler in the new Batman movie. He's too much. Like, I mean, you're dumbing down his persona, and that's. But
it's more like a Zodiac killer, to be honest with you. With
John,
the Riddler.
how was the Riddler in the comics?
The comics is actually basic. Oh, sorry. Go on ahead.
No, I was going to ask, is this Riddler from the Batman more like the one in the comics?
To be honest with you, it is. Because there's actually the Batman Rebirth series, which is the ones that I like. And in the Rebirth series, basically he's like a Zodiac kind of killer. Yeah, he has that sense of humor, like Charlie says, but he's also is dark. And he has that Zodiac kind of vibe to him. And that's exactly what I think that we're actually going to get in this next Batman movie, which makes me that much more excited, to be honest with you, because I always wanted to see the Riddler in a Saw kind of type of killer, to be honest with you, and doing all this stuff. And of course, having that mystery element, kind of like a Seven kind of element to it. So more of a detective kind of vibe that we never got before. Don't get me wrong, we got it with the Batman Ben Affleck version, and then we also got it with of course, Michael Keaton. But this is going to be more of Batman in his suit doing his detective work, I believe, and trying to discover who he is, too, at the same time. That's just me speculating.
It's going to be tough for me to erase the Riddler, Jim Carrey. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to erase the Riddler, Jim Carrey. Like Charlie was saying, he's like funny, but also maniacal. Like he killed his boss and then he covered up the murder. So I know he's dangerous and he's smart, but he's so funny and lovable. You're like, I just ignore the fact that he killed his boss. Let's just brush that to the side because this guy's hilarious.
I loved him as the Riddler.
Brain waves from everybody. So hilarious.
To be honest with you, this is another thing I wanted to bring up, though, too, and this is actually something I liked, how you have Bruce, who's actually caring about what Nigma has to say not brushing him off. He's taking his time with Nigma. And he's listening to what he has to say, though. And he's taking it in. And then he's like, well, let me take it up. How about this? We'll make an appointment with my secretary and we'll just talk about it. He goes, no, that's not going to do for me. He goes, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. Having these brainwaves being manipulated by the way that you're telling me with these brainwaves and everything is not something that I would want to do. And therefore, I'll have to say no. All the other Bruce, you know what I'm saying? They never really took the time out with somebody that worked within Batman, within Wayne Enterprises, and said, "Hey, look, this is not a good idea. So let's go on ahead and, basically just he didn't right off the bat decline him. He just went on ahead and took his time with him."
Yeah.
But, going on the Bruce vein, I thought Kilmer did a great job as Bruce and Batman. And the other positive, he's actually in the whole movie. Not like the last ones where he's the title character, and he's only in it for like 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's what I really appreciate. Like from the get-go, it's him. You see him, he's like, I mean, the line I thought was hysterical was like, "You gonna bring a sandwich with you, sir? I'll get drive-through." Like, just the randomness of it is like, I'll get drive-through. And I kind of wanted to see that sequence of him going drive-through after he beats up, and he beats up people. I wanted to see him stop by and get drive-through. It kind of was interesting what food he was getting. Yeah, I know. He's like, oh, he was in a commercial. I don't want to see that in a commercial. I want to see it in the movie. But, I mean, again, up until this point, I think Val does a good job of like portraying both Bruce and Batman. I think I definitely like him better than Keaton, but I still think my favorite is personally my favorite is Christian Bale.
My soul.
That's who my favorite is. Batman is. But anyway, again, this was entertaining. The action sequences that were entertaining. I had a good time with this. And I wanted to mention something earlier, John, on the little image right there, and I'll get into the sec. Looks like Joel Schumacher had a little bit fun time with the suits because there's a little bit of you see part of the you see the downstairs area of Robin too much.
Sounds like a commercial coming up.
Robin dick. That's too much right there. And I'll get into that in a minute, but it's like he really had a fun time.
What, the Manscaped ad or Robin's balls?
Both.
No, it's gonna be towards the end because that was literally towards the end of the movie when they're in the new suits and you see the emphasis that this made me like, wait, what? Like when he's put on the new suit and you see the emphasis on his ass.
Yeah.
And you see and it's like, so what are we worrying about? Like, so does Schumacher get his urge in early? It's like, okay, I focused in on the bat ass and then the bat dick. Now I need to do the bat nips or bat boobs or whatever. Like he get a start here. That just made me laugh at like his like that just made me laugh so hard seeing that. I'm like, oh my god. You see, like not much like circumcised right there.
Oh my god!
And it's like not much blur on that one for a PG-13. Maybe kids are going to be watching. What is that? Like, I mean,
yeah, he got abs too. I see that.
I know.
I don't remember the other suit showing abs.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The other suits had like weird chests. I don't know. It was rubber. That's all, but it wasn't like abs or anything. I
mean, and then I didn't see much chemistry. I thought Nicole Kidman's character was really annoying because immediately when he shows up, she's instantly trying to hit on him to have sex with him. Literally, the scene is like hot entrance. Yeah, like and then when she calls the bat symbol and she was like that the second time, it's like this is not a joke, right? And she immediately wants to have sex with him. Like, really, is that all you're there for? You just want to have sex. So I didn't see any chemistry. Maybe with Bruce Wayne.
That's what I saw him the most of.
Maybe that. I wouldn't even say that. I don't think Batman's really had much chemistry with anyone really in these movies. I mean, the only chemistry I've seen a Batman have, you may hate me for it, but with Catwoman in the Batman the Nolan movies.
No,
he's had more.
And also
chemistry.
too, with Ra's al Ghul's daughter though too. That was also
sort of.
kind
Not
of.
That was.
I mean, it's like 50-50 on that, but
really.
there was
Catwoman
like
his girl.
It was more like 70-30 out of his league. Like no,
Yeah.
like more
She
like
was a
that.
rebound.
Yeah, like she just wanted to sleep with him so she can get access to the money. So that I wouldn't say there was chemistry at all. I would say more with Anne Hathaway, Selena Kyle, and Christian Bale chemistry.
Yeah, Catwoman in general.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying Michelle Pfeiffer. I didn't see any chemistry with that.
Yeah, I saw it.
But I saw it more with that.
I saw it because I saw it, Charlie, because she licked him and he liked it. He took it.
He was just there doing the motions. He didn't care. He's getting paid $10 million. Oh, you're gonna have her lick you. And I get paid $10 million. Okay, I'm just gonna stand there and not do anything.
Yeah, like, he liked it.
He was running them. No, you don't know he liked it. He
did like it.
He liked it.
He licked his lips.
He didn't like it at all.
His lips. Go back and
see it. You want more of that?
He's getting paid $10 million to sit there. Okay, sure, I'll take that for $10 million. Thank you. Next question. Like, yeah, no, there's no chemistry with that. Like, none of the Batmans had chemistry. Like, it's like James Bond's got more chemistry with a girl than Batman does. Like, I mean, yeah, but no, I mean, I don't know. She was really annoying. Like, she was all about like, oh, Batman, I want to have sex with you. I'm like, you're not supposed to be like messing with the button, right? And even Commissioner Gordon runs out in his underwear. What's going on? Like, yeah, I love Jim Carrey in this. He was perfect as the Riddler. I think this is the Riddler that I'm familiar
Thank
with.
you, Tamara. Batman liked it.
He
was like, lick.
He kissed the cat. And he liked
it. Like, all you got to do is just stand
Tamara. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
There we go.
Again, Batman should have stayed in his COVID cave.
Man, I will tell you, it was creepy as a kid looking at it. I was like, ew, gross.
Well, another thing though too, when Penguin goes, "There's the pussy that I've been looking for," I'm like, wait, I don't remember that.
That man licked his lips. Like, okay, I like this. She's like, lick, and then she went all up in his nostril.
He liked it.
Yeah,
he liked that.
He likes girls like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong, independent, that will lick you. Yeah.
And Jason's problem was that she wasn't in leather.
That's what it needed.
Lace. No,
girl, you're doing it wrong. You need to go ahead, put some leather on, and I'll be back. Put the bat signal on, and we'll do this right.
But to Charlie's point, though, yeah, she was annoying. Yeah, she was annoying. And also, I didn't like the way they dumbed her down. I mean, she's a psychiatrist, and she's dumbing herself down. And she's getting horny, and she's like, "Oh, hey, Batman! All right, let me call the bat signal. Oh, take my clothes off. I'm in my lingerie." And I'm like, "Girl, you're a psychiatrist. Come on now."
Right. I wish I would dive more into the psychiatry aspect of it because I found that the most interesting, to be honest with you, diving into Bruce's past. But the one thing I can say that I liked about the Batman and everything too, they're cohesive. They actually are within the same universe. You all have all the same characters. It's just that you changed one Batman for the other. You had the original actor who played Commissioner Gordon. You also had the original, not only that, but you also had a couple of other characters that were still the same. Turns into Batman. But, I like the psychiatry aspect of it, like I said before. I think that they should have dived into a little bit more with that.
Yeah.
But like I said, as for a cohesive Batman with all the same actors, all the same characters, and everything too, it's in the same world. It's just that even with Alfred, the original Commissioner Gordon, it was all in the same universe. So that's something that I really do appreciate.
I think Gotham is the only setting that changes in the movies.
That's the only theme.
Yeah, like Gotham here, I can't explain it, but it's almost like some type of deco, I don't know, fake deco background. I don't know. It just all looked fake. Like it looked like a movie setting instead of an actual city.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they go on the continuality. I don't really like. Yeah, it's the same universe, but it's like Batman's still kind of different. And then, like, yeah, you have Gordon and Alfred. They're the only two same characters. Two-Face wasn't even introduced in the old Michael Keaton one, so I wouldn't even call that. This is past as that, so I wouldn't say that. Chase is a new person, but she's still as dumb as Vicky Vale, except Nicole Kidman's character really had the guts. You know what? You're gonna try to have sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna try to you're gonna try to tease him at night, and then it's like, okay, but yeah, you're really dumb. I mean, if you're gonna do the psychology stuff, just introduce Harley Quinn. Honestly, like introduce Harleen Quinzel if you want to do psychology. Again, because I think most of the girls in this one were just like, they're like weird. Or like you had the Drew Barrymore character who's trying to like, it's like, what's your name? I am whatever you want me to be. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, and a lot of them were blonde. The only ones that really had the hots for Batman were blonde.
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
And it's like, it's just like, I don't know. I really don't think like they dumbed her down. But I mean, I really wanted to get into psychology stuff, just introduce Harley Quinn. You introduce everybody else, but I wouldn't say it's the same. I wouldn't say there's like, sure, because Tim Burton produced it. I still wouldn't say it's different. It looked different. Everything just seemed a little bit different. There's other characters they introduced that weren't in the other ones, so I wouldn't say it's continuality because there's a lot of stuff.
It is in a sense because of the fact they still talk about other characters within that universe. It's still a cohesive universe. It's just that but here's the thing though, it's produced by Tim Burton. Most people just go ahead and put a producer's name on there just to grab people. It does not necessarily mean that it was actually produced by Tim Burton. They just do that for cash grab sometimes.
And I think that was the case in this one. I didn't see much continuality. Like I didn't even remember any of the last two when I watched this one because there's a lot of stuff in it that was not even introduced in Tim Burton's universe. There's two different multiple universe. You have Schumacher for the 90s, Schumachers, and you got Burns. And Tim Burns had his like Penguin's not in this version in this. You don't have Joker is not in this. So there's stuff that's in it. I wouldn't say there's continuality with it because they didn't really they're mentioned, but I still just because they're mentioned, I don't even. I mean, there's no like it doesn't. They're just mentioning them just to move the plot. I wouldn't say that they're mentioned in it for just because it's all in the same universe because there's different people in it, and I know the
themes are. Well, Commissioner Gordon's. I'm just saying the original actor who played Commissioner Gordon's in it, and you also have the original Alfred.
Yeah, I mean, the only continuality I would agree with is Alfred. Gordon, he's there. He just shows up and he's gone. There's not much. We don't know much of him unless you read the comics. Honestly, no, I can't imagine Michael Keaton in this. He'd barely be in it. Like he'd be in it maybe like half the time. And I don't think this would have been as enjoyable, to be honest. I don't think
had chemistry with Nicole Kidman.
I don't know.
Well, she didn't lick him.
Like old. He'd have gray hair. You really think she wants to hit on a person with gray hair in this one? I don't think so. And then again, she did hit on Val Kilmer's character while he was wearing the silver suit, which I was like, that one threw me off. The silver. I don't know if it was the way they filmed this. I don't know. But that second suit of his that was all silvery. I was like, what the heck? It's the Dark Knight, not the Silver Knight. If you want to be the Silver Knight, just be in the Marvel and you'll be the Silver Surfer.
But
yeah,
there's something else I want to
say. Keaton got to have a young wig, like a wig on to make him look.
There's something else I want to talk about though too is. I felt like the team up for the villains actually made sense this go round. Because of the fact that you have Riddler who can't stand Batman, wants to find out the identity of Batman. You also have Two-Face who can't stand Batman. So I like the fact that you have two characters who doesn't like the hero or anything like that too. So that's something I really liked. I felt like that actually made sense versus having Arnold and Poison Ivy. Penguin and Catwoman, two different motivations, which I don't understand with that at all. So I felt like this actually made sense versus that, in all honesty. But
Yeah, I read an article where Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, he thought he was playing the Joker. Like he was trying to channel the Joker in his performance. And that's why Two-Face is kind of goofy in this one instead of serious. Because he didn't quote unquote, as the kids say, he didn't understand the assignment. so he so he's out there trying to, it seemed like he was trying to match Jim Carrey's energy too. And I wanted him to
Yeah.
dial it down a little bit. And when they were together, he was like trying to one up him in every scene. And I'm like, can you just dial it down a little bit? Because this is Jim Carrey show.
You see, that's what I thought it was going to be honest with you. I was like, okay, so we're getting Tommy Lee Jones, who played in the movie The Client, who also played in The Fugitive. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be more of a serious role for Tommy Lee Jones and everything. But no, he was trying to compete with Jim Carrey and try to be funny.
Sure.
Jim Carrey is an improv person on his own. You cannot compete with Jim Carrey, otherwise you're going to be wearing yourself out. Tommy Lee Jones was just trying to copycat and replicate what Jim Carrey was doing, and it just didn't work or anything like that. Now, I believe that they did tone it down a little bit. He can still have that little silliness and stuff like that, but also too be able to take the serious moments in and dial it in that way. I think it would have worked. Yeah, which is what I was expecting. I was expecting Tommy Lee Jones from The Client, not doing a whole entire sitcom against Jim Carrey.
Yeah, unless Schumacher wanted him to act that way. But I just read an article where he thought he was playing the Joker, or he was using the Joker as an inspiration, probably the Jack Nicholson inspiration for Two-Face, which means he didn't understand who the character was.
Oh. I can see that, to be honest.
I agree with the chemistry. I think the two of them, like the team up, it made sense. And I mean, Jim Carrey, like I agree, it was the Jim Carrey show. Anytime he was on screen, you're actually glued in because you wanted to see he was channeling his inner Ace Ventura with this one. Like the sequence where he's blowing up the whole Bat Cave and he's doing the pelvic thrust. He's doing the Ace Ventura. I'm surprised he didn't ask Tommy Lee Jones, can I ask you a question? When he's talking out of his ass. This seemed to be like his, and then the hairdo, like the first hairdo when you first see him, it was kind of like a mullet in a sense, or it's kind of like a coconut head or something along those lines. And then how he's changing it from left to right. I think it's just interesting. I think they probably filmed some stuff first, like Jim Carrey with normal hair. I think they shot some of that first, in which I thought that was hilarious. And then they go to all of that. I mean, he was great in this, and all the questions. Like this was him, and I definitely think Schumacher won it because if Tommy Lee Jones was serious, I think this movie would have been way different. I think Tommy Lee Jones would have killed the Riddler immediately. If
they wanted to kill him in real life, what are you talking about? Because he said he was going to honor his buffoonery. In an interview.
In the movie, I think he's going to kill him, and this would have been a whole different movie. And it would have been Two-Face taking over, not the Riddler. And I think it worked out for the better with the Riddler taking over control. And I like that because anytime he was on screen, he was great. He was hilarious. It fitted his character well. And I think for me, that's why it's hard to see somebody else do a different portrayal of Riddler. He's not a Zodiac killer. That means if he's a Zodiac killer, he gets away with everything, which isn't going to be the case. And I like Batman when he just beats up people. That's Batman for me. If it's a detective movie, I'm like, geez, when I watch the detective movie, I watch something that's going to be entertaining.
That's how he was in the Arkham games, though. He was more than just Batman beating up on people. He was actually doing detective work. I mean, that's who Batman is. It's
different playing it and watching it. Something like that, if he's a detective, I think you kind of want to play it so you get to experience. Like if you're just sitting there watching, and it's like you go through the motions. It takes away the fun part of it. And I like watching detective movies, but I don't think that detective aspect for me, for like a 3-hour detective movie, that's a little too much for me. If it's 2 hours, sure, but I'm not gonna want to spend money for a 3-hour movie.
I will.
I know you will. And I'm just your
I got AMC points, so yeah, I'll be there.
Yep, I'll be there opening day. That's what's up. But
some people
I'm not going opening day. That's crazy.
Those tickets sold out. I'm expecting the reviews. Everybody's like, "Wow, this wasn't what I was expecting." So,
but you know what though, Charlie?
I'm waiting for you to come back to me and say, "You're right."
Okay, let me just tell you this real quick. Okay? Let me just tell you this real quick. No. I'm not going to talk about shaving balls yet. That's going to come in a minute.
Yeah,
but first,
wait your
we're
turn.
going to talk about shaving your ball. Never mind, we're not going to go there. But anyways, we're going to talk.
I don't even shave my balls.
Wait your turn, Charlie.
Anyways,
no, I'm good.
What I'm saying is this: one thing I'm happy that Warner Brothers is doing now is the fact that they now have faith in their property to where they're giving out advanced tickets into IMAX. Before, if you remember, they would say, "Oh no, they're trying to hide the movie." They're going all out. They're going all out in this with this movie. That's why it's giving me such hopes for it, because they actually have faith in their property finally. You also have finally an even ground with Peacemaker. You finally have the Suicide Squad doing good. You finally have things going on within the WB where I'm now okay with the directions that they're going in and everything too. So that's some of the small things that they're doing. Yeah, did they make mistakes before? Were they reactionary? Yes. But now I'm starting.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish and I'll rebuttal.
But now I'm seeing they were being reactionary when they made the announcement with Robert Pattinson and everything. I do own up to that part because of the fact it's like, okay, well, you know what? It didn't work with Ben, so let's go ahead and get somebody else to fulfill that role. Now I'm on the other hand, okay, so this is what they're giving us. It gave me a chance to marinate it because of the fact that I wanted Ben as the Batman. But it gave me time to take a step back, let it marinate a little bit. Like, okay, so this is what you're giving me. There has to be a reason why Robert is picked for this role. So I went in there and I went through his filmographies of different things. There were several other movies that didn't do it for me, but until I saw The Devil All the Time, The Lighthouse, The Rover, those were the 3 films that did me in, but mostly The Devil All the Time. That was the film that did me in on that. But that being said, I do feel like Warner Brothers is in the right place right now where I feel comfortable.
All right. So I wouldn't say that because they did the Suicide Squad dirty by releasing it on HBO Max, and it lost them a ton of money on the Suicide Squad, which is unfortunate because it should have made more money than Space Jam 2.
Space Jam 2. Now, that goes to show you, though, did Warner Brothers make the deal with HBO Max to actually release it at the same time as the streaming service? Because we did see recently where The Matrix, the people of the production company is suing HBO Max for releasing it on the same day. So if
because we're in the same situation with Disney.
So my thing is
money.
But
then like I think what they did with their hype, they're trying to get more people in for the Batman thing because they have anticipation of it. So they're gonna do it anyway. It wasn't because Warner Brothers is in the right direction. Yeah, I get it. Their Peacemaker's great. I mean, I watched the first episode. I gotta watch it. They're done that great because that's on the HBO Max portion.
Mm-hmm.
That's not in theaters.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we still gotta. I mean, I know a lot of people are eating this up, and like, because they're trying to like picking. Man, Spider-Man did so well, and they're picking up on that market. So that's why they're trying to get more people in with the IMAX, and that's why they're still charging them money because you're still paying a lot of money for an IMAX movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have an unlimited program, you're still paying $17 to $20 just for IMAX. I don't know if the IMAX is that good. We don't know. I mean, I know I'm not spending money on IMAX for it. I think I don't want to sit in a theater for 3 hours. But if this does well, yeah, sure. But they're still going to screw up with Wonder Woman, and they greenlit that one. We don't know what's going on with that.
They knocked it out of the park with Wonder Woman. The very first Wonder Woman movie was good.
It was.
The Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't so good.
Borderline.
Wonder Woman on Ice in the mall, not so much. But, you know, I do have to say that they have actually gone a little bit better with their DC properties in a sense. But we just have to wait and see what's in store. But as far as Batman Forever goes, and I do feel like that this also too is probably one of my other favorite scenes in this movie is the part where they're basically getting high off of other people's brain patterns.
Yeah.
Everything too to become smarter. Him and Tommy Lee Jones did a good job with that aspect and everything too. And they're both getting high off of it and also making the other people dumber, which is also deals with consumerism, like you mentioned the other night. And how much dialed in we are into society with it. Because remember, we had 3D TVs at one time. And that's what makes it so much more realistic, because this movie was actually ahead of its time in a sense with the 3D TV, with Enigma manipulating things, which is something I really liked.
Yeah, consumerism. That's a good theme. Yeah, like I said, I feel like each Batman movie has a theme that matches what's going on in society at the time. But yeah, one Jim Carrey. I didn't even notice that, Charlie, where you were talking about Jim Carrey's hairstyle changing. I don't know why I was so enthralled with Jim Carrey that I did not realize that in one scene he has long hair and another scene he has a crew cut. I just thought about that. I don't know why.
Also orange hair too.
Yeah, orange hair. It was like crew cut, pink, orange hair, and then it's like his hair
like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, and well, the one scene that was funny to me was when he was at the party premiering his Enigma box, and Bruce Wayne came, and that's when he had Drew Barrymore on his arm, and then he was mimicking Bruce Wayne. And every time Bruce Wayne would like say something, he would have to, let me put my glasses on. Yes, yes.
How's my mole?
How's my mole? I was like, what in the world? And then every time he make a move, he would make the move too. And I'm like, okay. No.
But is there anything? What about you though, Charlie? What else stood out for you with this?
I mean, I think I mentioned a lot of it already. Like, again, Jim Carrey was great anytime he was on screen. I mean, I love the whole sequence where he destroyed, like, him having a good time when he was destroying the Batcave, doing pelvic thrusts, or just whatever he's doing. And then I don't know, Joel Schumacher always seems to have the thing with regarding the nuts when he's doing the baseball move, when he's grabbing his crotch or whatever after he because that's what pitchers do. He was doing that, and he was doing like all the time, and then immediately right after that sequence, you see Robin's costume and the emphasis on the junk and like in the distance. I was like, does Joel Schumacher got a sex problem?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, he might actually do, because he probably doesn't shave his balls. That's probably his biggest thing. Because if he had the Lawnmower 4.0, he would actually have his head in the right spaces, to be honest with you. But the Lawnmower 4.0, you heard that right. The 4.0 Manscaped, the leaders in the male grooming, have done it again. Make your grooming game next level. Join the 4 million men worldwide, Joe Shoemaker. Manscaped with the new Performance Package 4.0 by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code Movie Lovers Unite. The Performance Package 4.0 Manscaped has arrived. Oh man, was it worth it. Inside the package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, weed whacker, and nose hair trimmer, crop preserver, ball deodorant, crop reviver, toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. Everything that a Batman utility belt needs. First off, the new Performance 4.0 includes the new Lawnmower 4.0, the trimmer, and insane, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever. Yeah, I said it. Their 4th-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge somatic blade to reduce grooming accidents. Thanks to the advanced skin-safe technology, the Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor and a new multifunction on and off switch. Can engage the travel lock and gives you the ability to turn the 4,000 LED spotlight on and off when needed for the more precise shave on Valentine's Day. Oh, did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? You thought that was good, but want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ear. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses 9,000 RPM motor powered, not 360-degree rotary dual blade system. This nose and ear trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Seal the deal with Manscaped liquid formulations. This crop preserver ball deodorant for before leaving the house, and crop reviver ball toner for a mid-game ball check. Trust me when I say, fellas, your balls will thank you, and your woman would thank you too. And also, too, it also helps you with all the manly problems. You don't want your balls to make you look like they have a back cave down below. No, you want to shave with the best. And again, get this. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag bring your comfort and boxers to another level. And like those candles on Valentine's Day. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code MovieLoveYourNight at Manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code MovieLoveYourNight at Manscaped.com. Your balls have been through enough this past year. Treat them with the best and rub them with the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Yeah. So, there you go.
Cool.
So, back over to our regular scheduled programming.
Well,
so,
what did you guys think about Robin? Because we didn't talk about him too much.
Yeah. So with Robin and everything, I thought that, to be honest with you, I feel like with Robin, I thought that Chris O'Donnell did a good job for what he did back in the 90s also. And also, too, I wanted to be honest with you, I was even trying to do my laundry like he was doing back in the 90s. Don't look at me with that tone of voice, Charlie. I was actually trying to do exactly what he was trying to do.
Why?
Nudging you.
Because I thought it was badass. I'm like, oh, I want to do this just like Robin.
Do you want to start doing parkour flips in the air?
Give me time. It's not now since I'm 37, but yeah, during that time, yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, I think you have to go to a circus or whatever they did with that. Yeah, I think that would probably take a lot of training for that to be able to do your laundry. Like, again, I agree. I like Chris O'Donnell in this. I thought he was good in Robin. We didn't see those god awful tights and the underwear kind of things from they constantly made fun of Robin for those green tights or whatever. You didn't have that as a suit, which is a nice because it's so iconic that they made fun of it in the Lego Batman movie with Michael Cera playing Robin. He's looking for all going for the costumes and seeing the pants. He goes, "Oh, pants! Rip that off!" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Come on, Batman, let's go party!" It's he rips them off. I'm like, "Yeah, I got so much limberness." That's so it's that outfit is so iconically bad that they're constantly taking shots at it. And then again. And then, you even hear him say, "Holy jeebers, Batman!" When they get to the at the end.
Oh yeah,
he goes, "Holy jeebers, Batman! What we're gonna do now?" It's like, what?
Oh yeah, and especially with the rocks, because holy rocks, Batman, and you can definitely tell that Val Kilmer was in his zone though as Batman because he's like, "Huh? What?"
Yeah, it's metal. See,
holy metal, Batman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like,
oh, okay, whatever. No more weed for Robin. No more.
Don't have time for this improv mess. I was Huckleberry.
But no, he can fight. He's a good companion to Batman. He can fight. He's not a wimp.
No, absolutely.
Fight. That's what that's what you need Robin to be. Now, if they did, I don't know if they felt like going that, doing the iconic killing him off, I'd be interested in seeing something like that. But we just get in the animated version, and he briefly touched on it, Batman or Superman. But again, I thought Chris O'Donnell did a good job for it. Again, he didn't piss me off, so that was a good sign. And he was fitting. He could fight.
Yeah,
and when he stole the car, I thought that was hilarious. But
oh yeah, remember that?
Yeah. Oh, let's just talk about Alfred for a minute on how horrible of butler he is.
No,
that's a conspiracy theory, John. Again,
it's not a conspiracy theory. I promise you, I'm not going through a kill count tonight. I promise you.
John.
You were Red Wire yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday,
126 people died.
That actually made sense. It made sense.
Attention, 126 people died. I'm like, whoa.
This one only 100 and something died. But anyways, we're not going to
Okay.
conspiracy theories tonight.
About your
But-
theory with Alfred. Go.
This is actually facts here that I'm talking about.
Mm,
Okay, let's see here. Alfred lets Vicky into the back cave in the first one. Then he winds up talking to Bruce about the security at Wayne Manor. And as well, it's not my fault that you let Vicky in while I was busy trying to investigate something. Then there was another scene with this one that I really have to say that I thought was really funny though too. And this was the scene where they're dressed up. Now you can tell that Two-Face and Riddler, you can tell those are grown-ass men. And here he is opening up the door for them. And they just come busting in there. I'm like, Alfred did it again. This is like the worst butler.
He didn't let Robin in the Batcave. Robin let
He did.
in.
No.
No.
He let no. Yes.
And maybe on your point about the Vicky Vale situation, he really wanted to be a godfather because he wanted Bruce to be with a girl so he can take care. He wanted to take like that. He was caring about Bruce's well-being because he doesn't have a girlfriend. He was trying to be his wingman in that situation. Sure.
Yeah.
He needs to do a better job on security, though.
Yeah, you need to go back and watch Batman Forever because Robin let himself in.
Yeah, he did.
Because Alfred was closing the door and Robin.
I don't know.
Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off.
The door was shutting.
Fuck off. And he slid in.
You're blaming Alfred for letting in Rob.
But look at the look. Look at the smug look on Alfred's face, though. That smug look. You can definitely tell he was trying to do that. You can definitely tell.
No, he was like, "Oh shit." Another security.
He was like, "Oh man." But no, and are you really going to be blaming the Riddler? And you're really blaming him for Riddler and Two-Face showing up? No,
he is at the door on Halloween with the costume.
It's Halloween. What did you expect?
I couldn't even tell that those were grown-ass men.
No, look in a peephole. And
I did.
Somebody come in a mask, and you would be like, "Oh, okay, maybe they're kids."
And the thing is, Alfred doesn't even know who the heck
Alfred
Two-Face
is 100 years old. How are you supposed to know the difference between a man and a kid? Come on.
Leave Alfred alone.
Yeah,
leave him alone.
Leave Alfred alone.
What did Alfred do to you, John? Did you lose the chance to have an Alfred for yourself? Come on.
To be honest with you, I liked him as a kid, but then I realized how clumsy he is.
He doesn't get paid enough for this BS that Bruce Wayne be putting him through. He should pay him extra for keeping his secret as Batman.
Maybe it's this version of Alfred. I don't know. Like you're literally saying the same thing about Michael Caine's Alfred.
No, I like Michael Caine, and I also like.
You just have this vengeful against the actor that played Alfred.
No, I don't. I liked him.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah,
and then or you don't even have it against Jeremy Irons. Jeremy
I
Irons.
like Jeremy Irons.
He was too young to play
my
Alfred.
point.
Yeah,
but that Alfred was good for its time. But I even cried when he was going to die in Batman and Robin.
Well, I guess that's something.
Right, that's the only thing I was actually wanting to leave the theater.
That
but we're
man
good.
is 100 years old. He don't got time for this foolishness. Okay, he can't tell just a kid and an old man.
Where did Batman and Robin? Where did it hurt you?
Yeah,
I'll tell you Monday where it hurt me at.
I know.
It kicked me in the nuts. Let's just put it that way.
I know. Now you're making the whole page. Now your whole channel is like we took a stance on that one movie.
I took a stance.
I know. But the page literally says horrible movie.
It is.
It is.
You're not
a lie.
Everybody that. I don't think everybody's gonna be that bad. If you maybe you don't
did you see it yet?
Bad movie.
Did you see it yet, Charlie?
I haven't. I know parts of it. I haven't remember watching the whole thing. But
you gotta see the whole thing.
So good, it's bad movies. Then again, you haven't seen many of those, John. Like The Room. No, I've seen that. I appreciate that. That's one of the greatest bad movies.
I'd rather watch The Room than Batman and Robin.
I've seen Samurai Cop, and I've seen some other really bad movies that I'm like, those are just bad, so bad they're just bad.
You watch all of Batman and Robin, then you come talk.
I mean, I think I would rather probably enjoy Batman and Robin.
I'm gonna put a poll up on our Twitter at Movie Lovers Unit, and we'll let our fans decide for us.
Okay.
Is Batman and Robin the worst out of the whole Batman series?
Yes.
We
had two blurred
do
girls
that
say
after
yes.
the show.
I don't know. No, the poll you want to do is what would you rather watch, Space Jam 2 or Batman and Robin?
Oh, Space Jam.
F no on that one. I've seen that once. That movie's got nominated for multiple Razzies, and it caused the pandemic in South Park. It caused the pandemic because it has Space Jam 2. Everybody watched Space Jam 2. They just lost hope in life. So much so they had to go back in time just to give everybody's so much so they had to reverse their course and say, "Oh man, sorry guys, we don't need to make Space Jam 2 anymore. It's a bad mistake. It's a bad idea. We're not doing it." It's really that bad when you're when you're getting made fun of South Park and saying you're the cause of the pandemic. Space Jam 2. Yeah. Thank you. Next question.
I still watch that over Batman and Robin. Yeah, we can throw them both in the fire.
I'd rather throw Space Jam 2 in the fire and then pee it out and just to put out the fire just to set it on fire again. Absolutely, I'd do that. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Space Jam 2 is terrible. But yeah, back to this Batman because John wants us to move back to it. I don't know. But if after I watched the movie, the Robert Pattinson one, when I watched it for free on HBO Max in 45 days, the quote Wayne's World. I don't know. I have to see what I have more fun with. I don't know. But
I just want you to see all of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm like I said, if it's in and it's my plug because my links don't work. Bad Movie Bible. If this one's not a,
I'll have that in the show descriptions at the end of the show, so you'll have that on there.
But if they even have their own meter of bad Batmans, and they're so bad it's Batman. That's it. I mean, that's pretty funny. I don't know. I mean, just the kick I got out of seeing like the emphasis on Bat's ass or Bat or Robin's middle. Like just the emphasis on the suits. I'm like, okay. I mean, and then like again, like the scene here in Arnold, like go, everybody chill. Like I mean, it's just gonna be kind of funny. I mean,
sure. You watch all.
I just appreciate fun. What can I say? I like fun. The first two Batmans for me, they were not fun. They were boring. Batman and Robin, I'm intrigued to watch it now. Like, cause the scene everybody in it, like, yeah.
All right. I can't wait for tomorrow's show.
I'm probably gonna have more fun watching Batman and Robin than I do Joker.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see Monday.
We'll see. All right.
And I know, and I always prove you guys wrong. So yeah,
like it's sure. All right, whatever. Yeah, let's do it. All right, we'll see.
See you, Tamara.
We'll see.
Yes, we will. So, oh my
God. Dang, Charlie. Bye.
Dang, Charles. Okay, so let's talk about the other things that I liked was the riddles, though, and how he was actually, where Enigma was actually just targeting Bruce.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like how he was targeting Bruce because he had that motivation of being pissed off at Bruce for not believing in his machine. Also, like the other thing about this though too, well, I also like the traps, to be honest with you, the Riddler trap that they had where he had to choose between Chase or Dick Grayson.
Yeah, Dick,
but to me it would have been more menacing if he actually had two separate holes opened for them to go in versus the same chute, because then he has a choice of saving one or the other, and there's also consequences behind there.
Wasn't there two holes? Because there's definitely.
It looked like they went down the same hole.
It was chute. Like he showed two different holes.
Okay, because the way that they went down, but I wanted them separated. I didn't want them in the same chute. You know what I mean? Because that was kind of weird for me.
There was not much really. That place isn't as big as what it might seem. It looks bigger on the outside. The inside it was tiny. So I don't think there was much area that they were going to be able to go and like be able to like do the two different like traps. I think the one drop into your watery grave. I mean that one was, and then the thing is you're both gagged and you're bound. There's not much you could have done unless you're like you're Robin, you can like loop out of it like that, and then once you're like after that, I mean, when you're Chase, you're just there. You're just there. You're like you can't move. You're not athletic. You know, you keep trying to like entice Batman. You're athletic, but we all know that wasn't happening. But still, and the other thing I thought, like to go back to, I thought was creepy was that Batman smile when he finds out that Chase wants Bruce, and then that creepy smile of his. I was like, what?
I like that because
that's a Huckleberry smile.
I don't know if it was because Batman very, very rarely he smiles.
That's
and
true.
to have them like just seeing that, like that was kind of creepy because Batman's all that tough and tough exterior. He's like this, that, and the fact that him smiling, I was like, that's not Batman. That's weird. Like did Batman turn like did Batman get turned to like get like mind controlled or something, or did he take some of that fragrance from the first Batman, like that made you instantly smile and then he
used that ball. He used the ball deodorant. That's what happened. That's what made him smile. Because he knows he's.
I doubt that because you didn't see him have sex, so you don't really know.
It does.
Well, he was about to. He was about to. If it wasn't for.
I mean, are we really about like it seems like John, you're getting into Brody territory from Mallrats, just dealing like it constantly focused in on the genitalia of a superhero.
You mentioned crotch 3 times.
I said it twice, and I said middle. And then but you talked about, you had a whole 5 to 10 minute spiel about the Manscaped 4.0. So yeah, it seems like you're really focused in on this, John. Like, do we need help? Do we need to have an intervention for you?
But another thing I want to talk about is also too is this Chase and Bruce, where they're sitting down and everything. He's about to admit and own up to the fact that he is Batman. And in this one, he doesn't even mention that he's Batman. The way he kissed her told her everything that she needed to know.
Mm.
He actually he didn't reveal his identity, opposed to Michael Keaton's Batman or anything like that. And he basically let her decide on her own what she believed. And that's something that I really liked. He kept his identity a secret, all except from Two-Face and of course the Riddler. But still,
yeah,
he didn't. But here's the thing with Alfred, though. Alfred didn't bring Chase to the Batcave.
No.
Nope.
No.
That's true.
No, he didn't like her. That's why.
Yeah, man, I don't think there's really a girl in the Batman and Robin anyway that like. Then again, Alfred's too busy dying or trying to die in Batman and Robin.
Well,
but yet you bring Batgirl in there.
Yeah.
Which is not. Here's the thing. With Batgirl, it didn't make any sense to bring her in, especially having her related to Alfred whenever that's Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
With an American accent.
Yep.
She's clueless.
Uncle Alfred. I was like, huh?
We're going to talk about that, though, too, about how much pop culture that is.
She was in that movie Clueless.
Yeah.
I need a pun on the word clueless.
Mm-hmm. She was clueless. Yeah.
Seemed like it went over your head, John, like my kid. Like that.
I got it. I just...
Really?
Well,
you didn't get my. You didn't get my kiss. Like, you were reason you liked Batman Forever because you were kissed by a rose. You didn't get that until I told you what it was.
I worked 8 hours out of my day. I'm tired.
Chase was kissed by a rose. That's how she found out about Batman.
But
yeah, I'm surprised the Chase wasn't named after, but it didn't have the name Rose in it. So you can officially play the word Batman was kissed by a rose.
Yeah, Chase.
But it would have been funny if her last name was Rose, or she had a middle name Rose.
Yeah,
and you can officially play on the words Batman kissed a rose.
It'd be more fun if she wasn't in the film.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. She was annoying. She was like sex crazed the whole time.
Yeah.
And then that one time you see her fighting, and then it was like, oh, okay, you can beat up a punching bag, and then you punched like one thug while Batman like beat up like 5 guys, or more. Like, yeah, you're like, I mean, at least Mary Jane does something in this. It's a Spider-Man.
Anyways,
okay. Just let it go.
Yep. But there's something else I wanted to bring up though too, and I love the scene where Chase goes into into Arkham, and because of the fact that she gets a call saying that Riddler knows who the identity of a Batman is. Because I heard that you know the identity. Who's Batman? Because I'm Batman. And I remember doing that as a kid and everything at school with my friends and everything, just goofing off.
Gosh, he's like, who is it? Say please.
But yeah, I guess you can say like that Chase was like infatuated with an animal. I'm like, yep, she was infatuated with an animal. So I guess we're getting into interspecies erotica portion and commercialism.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And,
yeah,
and leather sex latex.
Yeah, it's sex sells. That's the theme for this Batman. Sex sells.
Yeah.
Sex sells.
Yeah.
And consumerism. Sex and consumerism. Got it.
I want to get into this though too, with the reason why they kill off these villains is because at that time they didn't think that we were gonna go on ahead and go back to these characters or anything like that, or there was any interest in having these characters again. So therefore, that's why they didn't. That's why they went on ahead and killed Joker. That's why they killed Penguin. That's why they killed Two-Face. They saved maybe one, or they saved two villains, but they weren't sure if they were going to actually come back and do it again.
Yeah, they can kill Two-Face off.
I mean, we got a better Two-Face for it though, so that's the one upside. I mean, Aaron Eckhart was great as Harvey Dent, like fantastic.
Yeah.
And that again, that goes on the whole realism aspect. Like that was terrifying seeing when like that the final like the build up. What does his face look like? I mean, it's so bad and it's like it's so real and scary that even you have the actors that are in the movie telling you, do not bring your kids to this movie. And it's a PG-13 movie. It was pushing on R. Like I mean, it felt like it could have gone PG-13, could have gone R. And if it was gonna make a crap ton of money. Like I mean, like and then like I think that's what. And then that's how much like I mean, Dark Knight made a bank. It made a ton of money, and that's what I think. That's the realism aspect to it. I mean, even the end of Batman Begins, you tease the Joker, which I didn't pick up on it when I first saw Batman Begins. You see the Joker, and I'm like, oh, cool. But the realism aspect for me, that's what I really appreciate about those movies. When we get into them, that's why I like them so much. They're intense. Like there's funny moments in it, but the whole point is it's this darker tone, and that's when DC was at the height of his game with that, and everybody can joke, oh, it's so dark, but we need to appreciate that because Nolan did a great job when it was dark. I mean, you got like when they're dark, you get better performances, and I don't know. You already know my thoughts. I already know the jury's still out for me. Like jury's out for me on this new one. Again, that's me, but. I think that, and then also the reason they probably did the March 1st thing is because they wanted to like get more people in there. That's why they did. Warner Brothers just did it for the money. We don't know if they. I mean, if Warner Brothers was really good, they'd continue on Zack Snyder's trilogy. And
I do agree with that part.
That.
But, anyways, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about this movie. What about you? What about y'all?
I liked it. This was great. I mean, I definitely want to try to might pick this up and like for a 4K because it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time doing it. It didn't feel like 2 hours. It didn't feel like a slow burn. I was entertained for it, and I was like, and I was happy. And I was like, when I found out it was only like listed on Hulu, it was 2 hours and 2 minutes, but it was 2 hours. It didn't feel 2 hours. It went by really, 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 really quick because you wanted to know what the Riddler was going to do. Or what big sequence was going to show up, or what innuendo was going to show up, or whatever. I mean, it was campy, it was cringeworthy, yet it was the good kind of ones, and it was entertaining for. And that's why I think I liked this one compared to the last two. That's what I had. Was looking forward more as the later Batmans because I didn't really. The first two just didn't do it for me.
Yeah. I it's so much nostalgia with Batman Forever for me. When I was a kid, this was my favorite movie because I almost tore up the VHS tape, rewinding and trying to quote all the Jim Carrey quotes and do all the Jim Carrey movements. But yeah, I like this Batman Forever. I know it's divided among Batman fans. Like some are like, "Oh, that movie's crap," and I was like, "My soul, you're hurting me." But yeah, I I enjoy Batman Forever. Even revisiting it now, it makes me enjoy even more so. And the McDonald's toys and everything else.
But I
Oh,
agree.
speaking of that,
The sets looked really bad for this. The sets looked absolutely like Gotham, like Wayne Tower. What the heck was that? Like that was
it all looked fake.
It did. It looked fake,
It-
but it was. I mean, it was like I seen. I'm like, man, this is totally fake. But
Mhm.
it didn't bother me to the point that I wanted to stop watching. I was wanted to see what stupid thing was going to happen next. I mean, that's the whole point. Is like, if you're expecting a serious movie, go watch the Nolan ones. But if you're expecting something that's fun and it's funny, it's campy. Jim Carrey doing Ace Ventura as he was a supervillain. Like it's. If you don't like Jim Carrey, you're not going to like this movie. It's as simple as that.
Jim Carrey show is Batman.
Yeah,
definitely.
Got it.
Another thing I want to mention is this. I actually collected the McDonald's ice mugs that they had too.
Oh,
They
man, I remember.
I had all of them, but I need the one that I really want to get back again is the regular one. That was the one that I had, and I don't know where they're at, but that's the main one that I would love to have my hands on. Is the regular one.
And douse it and sanitize it.
Yep. Well, what I have to say about this movie is it's entertaining. Yes, the buildings look fake. It kind of has that Dick Tracy kind of look to it and everything too. But also too, it made me. It's ridiculous in its own way. It knows its own identity, opposed to not knowing what the movie is. So that's something else too. The other one doesn't even know its own identity, but we're gonna get to that later on.
It has an identity crisis.
Well, man, that's gonna be great.
But when you look at this as a whole, with Jim Carrey doing his Jim Carrey isms and doing his improv and everything else, this movie holds up still and still has a place in my heart for this movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I got a chance to revisit this again. By the way, I'll be giving away a Batman and Robin copy at the end of Batman and Robin. So you guys can go on ahead and get that whenever we do our Batman and Robin review, because I'm not going to be watching it again. So
was it a digital code you're giving away?
No, I'm giving away the physical disc.
Oh, so you're actually gonna like do you have an envelope? Because if it's like, because I'm pretty sure all the discs are in one, that you have an envelope, you're gonna send it. So be careful of the scratches, because if you send them intentionally a scratched up disc for Batman and Robin, there's gonna be a lot of people hate it, because I know that's you, and that deep down that's what you're gonna try to do. Because you've already put the position on the page that says we hate this movie, and yet I'm a part of the page, and I haven't gone out and officially said that. So it's like,
because you love it.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but the way you keep hyping up is the worst way. I usually like the stuff that you hate. I actually have the stuff you hate. I have fun with. So that's what
you guys are.
It's like you're putting those words in my mouth, and it's like I haven't seen. Like I've seen bits and pieces. It was years ago that I watched. It's like, geez, I don't even remember when aspects of it. I just know Batman.
Exactly. You erased it. Yeah, you erased it from your memory.
No,
I wish I did.
I didn't meet you guys like in 2014 or 2015.
Okay, you still erased it. Your future self said, "Erase this crap."
I wish that I could have done that. I wish I could have Men in Black myself with this movie. To be honest, but anyways, guys, Tomeka, I know that you have a show coming up on Friday.
Okay, sure.
That you want to talk about, and I know that you have a podcast as well. So where can everybody follow you at on social media and what you guys are diving into this Friday?
All right, sounds good. Thanks for the intro. It's Two Blurred Girls podcast. This Friday we're going to review a documentary for Black History Month, Dreamland, the burning of Wall Street, Black Wall Street, I think is the name of it. So we're going to talk about that documentary this Friday, and then the Friday after we're going to go back to reviewing our Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So be sure you catch those two shows. We're on Facebook at Two Blurred Girls Podcast. We are also on we also have a YouTube channel, Two Blurred Girls Podcast. Make sure you subscribe. And also, we are on Twitter at Blurred2Girls. We are on Twitch, Two Blurred Girls Podcast. We are, I know I'm forgetting all the things we are on. Oh, we're on Instagram, Two Blurred Girls _ podcast. We're also on TikTok, which you can see little clips from our show, Two Blurred Girls podcast. We also have a audio we also have an audio only podcast on Amazon Music and Good Pods, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Spotify. Yeah, on Spotify. Yeah, John's helping me out behind the scenes. He's like, Tomeka, damn, know your stuff. Shit. Spotify.
It's good. Yeah, and Tamika said it right. Good pods, not goo pods. Because I don't know what the heck goo pods is.
Sorry about that.
I could be a Batman villain with my laugh.
No, John's writers, like he would say, my fat fingers.
It is. It was my fat fingers because I type 123 words per minute. So yeah.
God. Oh yeah.
Well, I live a quarter mile at a time, but I'm not talking about that.
we're on Good Pods. Good Pods. Yeah, we're on that platform. Spotify. We're also on Apple. Mentioned Apple, Anchor, Amazon Music, Audible, everywhere streaming podcasts are. The end.
And I did leave a description for the Bad Bible.
Bad Bible.
The Bad Movie Bible. Sorry, guys.
The Bad Bible.
The Bad Movie Bible. I am so sorry. But yeah.
When they go to church.
I can put, like, John pointed in the descriptions because somehow YouTube didn't allow me to put the links in there under my.
For some reason, it's not showing up on the Facebook portion of it.
The internet is being stupid.
It is. It really is.
Which, and then my test comment popped up, but we're gonna put the descriptions. Don't do an Amazon because you're like this, like because this book apparently like $60 on Amazon because that's third parties.
Oh.
It's not. It's only 25. If you go to like Books a Million, Barnes and Noble, any bookstore, $25, like or $24.95. But I mean, if you want to know and be able to see what other bad movies besides Batman and Robin that they talk about and they give a rating system in it, check the book out. I mean, they gave my two favorite bad movies of all time 10s. The higher the rating, the more cringeworthy it is, and yet the more entertaining.
Yeah, cool.
So if you guys want to, go on ahead and follow me underneath Movie Lovers TV Loves Unite on Facebook, underneath the same brand name on Instagram and on Pinterest as well. If you want to go on ahead and get yourself an audio-only podcast episode and many episodes that we do here at Movie Lovers Unite, you guys can go on ahead and get that wherever you guys get your podcast from. It's on all, here's the thing, it's actually on all platforms. So go on ahead, check that out. Also, too, like Tomeka said, we're actually on Good Pods as well. It's like social media for us as podcasters, or if you're into listening to podcasts, go on ahead and rate individual episodes. We'll also reply back to you. That's something that I really like about Good Pods. We can actually interact with our fans and followers that way. Then, of course, you guys can go on ahead, donate $5 to $10 to our page. How do you do that? Just go on ahead and go to gofundme.com/Movie Lovers Podcast. The link is in the show notes below. But smashing that like button, smashing that share button, be classy, and smash that subscribe button, and also that bell in the bottom right hand corner to allow you guys to know when we have something new here at Movie Lovers Unite. Also, to follow me on Twitter at Movie Lovers Unit and on TikTok at Movie Lovers Unit 0. Then, of course, go on ahead, reach out to me at movieloversunite@gmail.com if you'd like to be on the show. If you would like to be a sponsor, that's another way that you can reach out to me. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Rossi McCree, independent actress Rossi McCree, will be on the show with me tomorrow night, and we're going to be reviewing Sweet Tooth, episode 5 from Netflix. So we're going to be doing that.
Doing a show Friday.
Yep.
If anybody has
something else.
If anybody hasn't seen on YouTube, I believe a week from tomorrow, Netflix released a sizzle reel of a lot of the movies that they got coming to 2022, and there's also a list. They broke it down each category. we're planning on like doing a new show all on that. So if you've seen the trailer or if you've seen the various links of all the movies that, tune in on Friday and where we're going to talk about it. Like we're going to talk about every movie in the categories, like from action to romance, and we're going to see which title looks enticing or looks like. I mean, and we're just going to like talk about it and like because like what movies we're looking forward to Netflix, what movies that look like, what titles that look ridiculous that we need to make fun of. I don't know.
And another thing too. Yep. Next Friday though, we're gonna have Dean on from Game Day. And Alex and I are going to be interviewing him. I don't know. Do you want to be on that one, Charlie, or
we can talk about it? We got some time before then. Well, I mean, I probably will. I gotta rep my Eagles, so you two don't have to like bash him the whole time for being an Eagle fan. I gotta rep my Eagles.
Peer pressure. That's what I do here at Movie Lovers Tonight. But no,
I'll never do if you have Game Day, and I know about that. I'm like, yeah,
Game Day? But yeah, we're going to have Dean, the actor from Game Day, on the show talking about his role as Zach in Game Day. So I'm excited about that. Alex and I are going to be interviewing him, and Charlie will be joining us for that, hopefully. But that's going to be at 9 o'clock Central Time, and that's also going to be at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time. So that's going to be the new time for that show. So that's going to do it for tonight.
Friday, because I think we might change the time. We might be on. I think we might. Was it our normal time or later on Friday?
Actually,
Friday.
Alex told me it'll be fine to do our normal time for that. So
okay,
it's gonna be 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah. So 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Friday night. If we wind up doing our movie news segment.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it for the show for tonight. Always until next time, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. I can't wait to do this again. And stay safe.